one of those films you want to see with your friends. I saw it for the first time in a big IMAX cinema alone.
Really?
And this film really, it gets under your skin because it's intense. It's high paced, it's intense. You never know what's around the corner. Honestly, you never know because it could be a monster.
Right.
Or an American soldier or whatever. But when I saw the first 15 minutes of this film, I felt like I want to give high fives. I wanted to go like, fuck yeah.
Dude, that's great that you brought that up. That first 15 minutes, I almost forgot that this had a horror element in it. It's just like a straight up war movie, but it's done so brilliantly because it's intense, just as intense as anything else you would see. Yeah. Talk to me about the special effects, because this is almost seamless.
Right.
Of that stuff.
Well, we wanted to try and keep it as in camera as possible. Very practical, like a lot of really cool action. All the action beats we wanted to, do old school stunts and practical effects, and all the makeup is all in camera as well. Wow. And practical. So I'm just selfish, and I consider myself to be a performance director, and I know what actors like. They like it to feel as real as possible. Sure. And if you can stay away as many like dots and put it in camera, like put the prosthetics on the actor, they're going to respond to that in a positive way. The C-47 was cramped and tight. It didn't have any flyaway walls. It was, you're in there and you're in there for 10 hours, and it's hot, it's sweaty, it feels, it smells and feels like what it would be to be on that plane. And so for me, that's all about like just getting as real as possible for the actor. And VFX for me on this film, they were there as support, but the heavy lifting was practical.
I want to talk about Billy Ray and Mark Smith.
Yes.
Their script, brilliant. I loved it. So what got you on? What was the scene? What was the part of reading that script that got you on board? You're like, you know what? This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Because how many times do you get to do this kind of film? This is not a horror film or a Second World War film or a fantasy film or a reality film. It's all of it.
Sure.
It's like a roller coaster. And when I read the script, I was like, how in hell is this gonna be possible? How is this gonna be on the screen? It's like a little bastard. And I thought, honestly, I read the script and I was like, they need my help. they need a guy to come in and tell them all the things they wrote about Waffner. Let's do the exact opposite. And I remember was that the first or the second meeting when I went like, seriously, let's go the exact opposite direction. And you went like, Jules, you're like, yes, finally, someone said what I was dreaming to do. But a casting has different stages, and Waffner is not the lead. He's the main villain, but he's not the lead. So when you come around to my character, you need the collaboration with the guy. We're ping-ponging. It goes back and forth.
That's a great point, talking about collaboration, because it seemed like you guys had a lot of freedom. At least some of the other actors told me there was a lot of freedom that came about creating those characters on the screen. Mm-hmm. Can you guys talk to me about the collaboration process?
Yeah, look, I tend to hire filmmakers. They might be a cinematographer or they might be an actor, but deep down they're filmmakers.
Sure.
And so I value everyone's opinion, and I like strong opinions. And I think great actors, they come prepared with their idea of what they want, and they'll always try. I always love it when an actor plays. They try everything, and they allow themselves to be open. And the only way you can do that is by creating a team environment where everyone feels safe. And like, if you drop the ball, no one's gonna fucking laugh at you, you know. And there's not. And I always try and keep the time pressure off the set. I don't like anyone looking at the clock or anyone chattering about that. We've got time. Let's explore it.
Exactly. I never felt at one point I could come with the most stupid ideas, and not once did Julius go like, that's a fucking bad idea, bro. It's not gonna happen. Every single time he would open up and be like, okay, let's try it out.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. Because everyone knows who's the captain on the ship.
Sure.
It's this guy. He's got final say. That's how it is. That's why,
Right.
it's a team effort, but at the end of the day, he's the captain. So you gotta feed the captain different options so he can bring the material home, sit with his editor, and create the films that he's building up here.
So, I mean, it really is all a collaborative effort with everybody.
It is. And if I want the best possible performance, always comes out of generosity.
Sure. That's a great quote. Now, science fiction and horror are kind of like cautionary tales about what society's going through. Can you talk to me about some of the themes of Overlord's cautionary tale that you're trying to present to the audience?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's like, you fuck with Mother Nature, bad things are going to happen. There's that. It's like, it's the question of, do we need to play? There's the central question is like, do we have to be as dirty as them to win the war?
Exactly.
Sure.
And there's two opposing thoughts on that in the movie, and they sort of come to a head, and it's sort of really up to the audience to sort of decide themselves whether or not that's how far are you willing to go as a human.
Interesting. Now, I know that a lot of the other cast members had to go through a boot camp. Did you go through said boot camp as well? No.
Oh, I'm getting too old for boot camps. No, he's not a part. They had started shooting already when I came aboard.
Okay.
So they were a team. So we thought it would be funny if I kept kind of a distance to the guys. So we weren't being super friendly from day one, because normally you want to find friends on
Sure.
production, right? Because you feel insecure. But after 10 hours and 25,000 cigarettes, people were like, we were like this. The only thing where we surprised them was that we're using a lot of real prosthetics. And that's one of the things I'm so proud of in this film, is what that department did.
And you guys knocked it out of the park with that stuff.
But honestly, those guys are geniuses. What you guys create it's geniuses. It's one of the best departments I've ever worked with in my life.
And we did all the makeup all practically and old school. Like we did there's a snapping neck in the movie where one of our guys gets his neck snapped back, and we did that with puppetry, old school puppetry and animatronics.
That's amazing.
And it's very visceral, and you can feel the texture. And if we had done it at VFX, it would have probably
It's not
been
the
more,
same, because that's the point. It adds something to the character, and it adds something to the other guy's performances. A movie's not better than its weakest link. And if you can give that to your colleagues, they're going to react better, and they're going to be better in the film. So when we did the most hairy prosthetic work, they hadn't seen it. So we would shoot those guys' reaction first, and then revealing it. And I love that. It's, you're helping your friends, but you're also helping your own performance.